Hi everyone. I'm guessing that if you're looking at this video now, it's because you're about to have or have already had eye surgery, which you've been told afterwards you've got to posture. What a nightmare. I'm about a month down the line and I had to posture for 16 days. And if anyone had told me that I would have to be in this little torture chamber, keep my head down and only be allowed to stand up for 10 minutes in every hour, I would have said I can't possibly do it. So from day one, between my husband Tony and myself, we decided to be quite rigid and really get a format together that made it kind of doable. We were given this, we live in Coventry in England, and we were given this from the hospital. So this has to be returned, but basically you have to put your head down like that, obviously take your glasses off, put your head down like that, and what I did, you'll be hearing it in a minute, I put a song, an alarm on my phone. I found while I was posturing, because I could hear better, that's my alarm. So that's the Proclaimers, 500 miles. So every time that went off, I might have a room full of friends visiting, but I had to get up, walk into the dining room, and for me, what worked for me, because I was frightened of putting weight on, I was frightened of DVTs apparently you can get by sitting in this position for 12 hours a day. So when that went off, I'd get up, walk round, sometimes friends would join me and we'd walk round to the Proclaimers song, spend a penny, clean my teeth, maybe have a little snack, and then I'd come and sit down when that went off again 10 minutes later. So it took a little while to set it all up, but it was the best thing I did, because different friends gave me kitchen buzzers that I could set for an hour, but because I could hear so well with my head down here, made my hearing more acute, the buzzers absolutely drove me crazy. It was too loud. So that would be the best tip. And now I'm weeks down the line, 4 weeks or just over, I'm still having to, for 6 weeks, I've got to put eye drops in. So we're still using this same system because I just wouldn't know. When I was in here as well, I lost track of the days, I certainly lost track of the time. And so what I thought I'd do is just quickly go through this box of goodies and tell you what really helped me. That's probably my best tip. What I found as well was sitting in sort of loose fitting clothes was the best thing. Didn't wear a bra, so had a tight fitting vest on, because you don't want anything that's too tight when you're in that situation. But every single day, it didn't matter whether the heating was on, whether the sun was shining, I got really chilly. So I always wore tights under my leggings or my joggers or whatever, because, and sort of little boots as well, boots, slippers. So I tried to have nice bright wraps so that everything I did, I tried to cheer myself up by using. Obviously, a lovely glass of wine, and you suddenly become proficient at drinking head down. You have a gin and tonic through a straw, coffee through a straw, all of this. You get very proficient at eating and drinking there. One of the things to pass the time was filling in a diary. And although it was a little tricky at first, once you start doing big loopy writing, because I was so lucky to have so many friends and family and neighbours who came and visited, and I don't know how I would really have coped without this. A lot of them turned up with food, which was great, and it was probably a week before I told them I'd been signed off, so they still keep coming with the food. That was great. This was what we were given from the hospital to tell me when to take my eye drops. So we used this, we laminated it. well, Tony did, and then we used a marker pen every day, and so we could just tick off. So I knew, maybe that's obvious, but it wasn't obvious to us because you soon lose track. And every day he put the day and the date on, because again, what I found, I loved the radio normally. I couldn't bear to listen to the radio. That was too random, too noisy. What I did discover was audiobooks. That was fabulous. And I'd have my earphones in sometimes if Tony was here, wanted to watch his programmes. And that was absolutely great. So what I decided I would do is 10 o'clock in the morning, I would assume the position. And you knew you were there then for the rest of the day, so it's really daunting. So every day I listened, if I had time, because I was so blessed with so many visitors, but if I had time, I would take myself into my audiobook again. Bear Grylls and I are best buddies now. Jane Eyre, I was just alongside her with Mr. Rochester. It was great. But then what I was doing was using my iPad so that when I went to bed at 8 p.m, I'd got something to look forward to when I went to bed. I know it's sad, but then I could catch up with my programmes in bed, because you've got your head down like this. I didn't want to watch TV in the day. So that was kind of something to look forward to. So definitely the audiobooks. I got them off YouTube. I didn't realise they were there, but my daughter set that up for me. Now this little buddy was great. It's called Magic Retouch. As you can see, I've got dark hair at the moment. I am grey. And what I found was everybody who came to visit, when I got my head down like that, they wanted to ruffle my hair or kiss my head. So, and I knew I was grey. I couldn't get to the hairdressers. That was brilliant. It's about £10 from the chemist. That's one of the timers. Although I like the smiley face, the noise was just not me. This little basket we put on a stool under this coffee table, so that without having to ask anybody, if nobody was in the room, I could get my hand cream out, my painkillers, because some days I really needed extra help with that. That's my little straw. You need to cut your straws down so you can have little mugs for your coffee and things like that. Every time I got up to go for a walk round, I still wanted to wear my glasses, because I'm used to wearing eye makeup all the time, never go out without my makeup. So I was kind of conscious that I hadn't got my makeup on, but I still wanted to feel nice. So I had a collection of funny glasses that I would wear and put those on, and that just cheered me up a bit in this horrible situation. I'd got an assortment of flashing jewellery. I'm not saying this would suit everybody, but for me it was perfect. Something else that was good when you're sitting like this, I just wanted to do a little bit of exercise, and normally I'm very active, so couldn't drive, couldn't take the dog out for walks or anything like that. So I wanted to try and just remind myself that my body was still here. That's my little goodies of sweets. This was invaluable for me, and that's a magnifying glass. And so, you know, even now I'm struggling a bit. I can't really see what's happening at the moment. You've been told about the gas bubble. I have to wear this as well. I don't know whether that happens everywhere, but this, if I was taken into hospital with an accident or whatever, that little buddy there tells people what's going on in my eye. It tells me that I can't fly, which is a shame. I don't know, it says something about the gas there, and then it says there is a gas bubble in my eye, which could be very dangerous if I was at the dentist and had, I don't know, treatment that would be affected by that. So what's happening with me at the moment, 4 weeks down the line, the top half of my eye I can see through, but there's a cobweb over it kind of thing, and little floaters, and then at the bottom is a little bubble which is like wobbling up and down, wobbling up and down. So when I'm out walking, I feel as if I want Tony on my right hand side just to steady me. And I found as well, once my 16 days of posturing was up, I thought I was going to have another 2 weeks. I don't know how I would have coped with that. But the strange thing that happened at the end of the 16 days, I really didn't want to leave this little buddy here. This had become my friend. I felt quite secure and quite safe in here, which was strange. But I guess while I got my head down looking at the floor, I didn't have to worry about anything. Everybody else did the food, did the dog walking, which I really missed. I didn't have to think about anything. But it was strange. I thought I would be up, I would be out, I would be feeling 100%. But to be perfectly honest, it was very much not like that. I felt kind of an anticlimax in a way, because I wanted to get up out of this and just get back to my old life. I didn't want to be like I am now, which is limbo land. I can't drive, I can't walk on my own very well, I can't play golf, I can't do my keep fit, all those things. I thought when this finished I'd be fine, but no, it's not going to happen yet, and it's another 2 weeks when I go to the hospital. I'm hoping then I'll get the all clear, and I might make another video and tell you how I've got on then. I think that's more or less everything in here, but as I say, the things that I would say really helped me, we put the front door key in so that friends could just come and go as they pleased. I guess if you live on your own, you wouldn't want to be burgled while you were posturing, so you need to know your friends. But that's what helped me. They came in, they made coffee, they sat. It was amazing. It was so great. And I guess I only had one day to know that I was going to have to do this, so I didn't have any time to put any plan in order. So I think, you know, if you are on your own, you've obviously got to have some kind of support. I've been really lucky, and I think that's the end of it. So a nice glass of red awaits. Good luck. I hope you all do well. Bye for now.